Good evening, everyone. The time is now 6:43, and welcome to Manhattan Community Board Public Safety and Transportation Committee on this October the 9th, 2025. And Khalid Nixon is our staff representative for this evening. My name is Michelle Wilshire-Clement. I'm the chair of the committee. Before we begin, let us adhere to the ground rules. And the ground rules are: no one may speak until granted the floor. CB11 members, if you have a question about board business or wish to make a motion, please raise your hand and wait to be recognized. To raise your hand through Zoom, click the participant's icon and you will find the raised hand function there. Members should not engage in a back and forth discussion. The chair will recognize the next person to speak. Please keep your questions and comments brief and on topic to the discussion. If you have, members of the public, if you have a question or comment about the subjects on the agenda, please raise your hand and wait to be recognized. As Khalid is going to open the door for the next individual, after that we will have a roll call. Please, everyone online, please mute yourself.
Okay, committee members, just be mindful, there are 13 members, 7 needed for quorum. Leslie Colon.
Present.
Carlos Diaz. Oh, Carlos said I'm muted. Carlos, you're muted, just FYI, sorry. You tried to,
Carlos, we'll circle back to you.
Yes, you're muted still, Carlos. Pascal Hano, absent. Wanda Hopkins, absent. Kyoka Jackson.
Present.
Thank you. Christina Johnson.
Present.
Thank you. Jewel Jones.
Here.
Carlos present.
Thank you, Carlos. Got you. Sage Mason. Thank you. Carolyn Percy. Absent. Valerie Ponte.
Present.
Thank you, Valerie. Don Sanders. Absent. Derek Stampone.
Present.
Thank you. Michelle Wilshire Clement.
Present.
Thank you. You have a quorum, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Being that we're going to be adopting the 2025 agenda, if there are no objections to it, we'll adopt it. The agenda is adopted. The 2025 September minutes, the additions that Pascal has have not been added. He is not here. So we will wait until those additions to vote or to adopt those minutes. So those will be adopted in the next meeting.
You're tabling for, okay.
Yes, we're tabling those minutes.
Thank you.
They're not complete. And I know there's a lot of information that was taken and has not been added in yet. I have a few announcements, but before we do that, does any of the members have any announcements to make?
Elections committee announcement. Is that now or that later?
The elect, how long is it?
It's 2 seconds.
Go ahead. Take your name, please.
My name is Kyoka Jackson. I also serve on the elections committee, and so we wanted to just make an announcement about the elections period. So biennial election will take place at the November 18th full board meeting. Nomination period open 10/3 and will close at the October full board meeting on 10/21. Nominations for chairperson, vice chairperson, secretary, and treasurer can be made by submitting a nomination statement form to CB11elections@gmail.com. Stay tuned for more announcements. Save the date for the candidate forum and other opportunities to get to know your candidate. Contact CB11elections@gmail.com or members of the election committee with any questions that we may have.
Thank you, Kyoka. we have an announcement for this weekend. There is a co-naming. I am going to, it's being done by Deputy Speaker Ayala.
Is it Bill Perkins or
Who?
is it different? Is it
Johnson.
It is
No.
not.
That's the name. Ethel Johnson.
Ethel Velez?
Right, yeah.
Velez,
We have
yes.
that for the newsletter for this Friday, coming up for this Friday.
Okay.
Okay. Carlos, oh, he had his
Yeah,
hand.
I wanted to make an announcement that Arch K yesterday had his ribbon. Could you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we
Yes.
can now.
Yeah, Arch K had the
We can
ribbon
hear-
cutting ceremony yesterday. It was very successful. They probably had over 80 people that showed up. A couple of community planning board members showed up. Xavier was there. So it turned out very nice. And I just want to thank the community for participating at the event.
Thank you.
What was the ribbon cutting for?
Arch.
It's from Arch Care, their PACE Center, Program for All Inclusive Care for the Elderly. They were located at 117th Street and 5th Avenue. Now they moved to Terrence Cardinal Cook at 106 between Madison and 5th.
And we've had some of our, actually just one of our full board meetings at that location. Okay, any more announcements? Go ahead, Sage.
I have an announcement, or maybe two announcements. One is that I learned a couple days ago that phase one of the Park Avenue Viaduct track replacement is, they've done like the substantial work on it, which is several months ahead of schedule. And total work on the whole project. So phase one is from like 111th to 123rd Street. Phase two, I think, is north of 125th Street. The whole project is now like 51 months ahead of schedule, which is like unheard of in like infrastructure projects. I think it's nice that it's ahead of schedule, but it also shows that like when the MTA like really wants to get something done, they can. And this project is important not because it benefits East Harlem, but because it benefits all the commuters who pass through East Harlem on their way to Grand Central. So when they like care about something, they do it quickly.
And we've seen it.
Yeah, and that's in contrast to the Second Avenue subway, which obviously has taken like 100 years to get done. But my second announcement is like I think people have heard that's kind of on pause. I think the federal government's commitment to providing like $3 billion, which is necessary to complete the project, is on pause while there's like a shutdown. I think that'll probably resolve itself, but it's currently up in the air.
Yeah, we can't do anything when our government is on pause. We'll just have to wait that out.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll just have to wait that out. Thank you. Christine, do you have something to say?
Not as important as this, but I went to the party on Park
Okay, that is for
later.
on.
Okay, good.
This is just for announcements.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
good.
All right, thank you. Let us move on to our informational opportunity. Do you have anyone from any of the agency partners?
We have Detective Rivera from the 23rd. Detective, are you ready to give us your report?
I literally just sent over a message because I'm going to another meeting. But yes, I can give you the short version of my short version. Good evening to all. My name is Detective Rivera from the 23rd Precinct. I'm hoping everyone is well. So I always like to give the meat and potatoes to the stats just because that's kind of what everybody wants to hear anyway. In regards to the 23rd Precinct lately, we have been down in a lot of our categories, but we've been up in some of the important ones. We're up in robberies and we're up in assaults. For assaults, we're up due to we've had 3 shootings or 3 people shot within the last 28 days. One occurring on 115th Street, one occurring on 102nd Street, and the other 2 actually occurring on 102nd Street and the FDR. Over in housing by 210 East 102 Street. It was a individual that actually shot on the Tuesday, shot his friend on the Wednesday, and was arrested on the Thursday of last week. We had the other one that occurred on 102nd Street at the FDR. That one there is an ongoing investigation. The complainants, both of them are being a little bothersome with giving out some information. That's making our job a little difficult. And then I believe the other one on 115th Street is also is under investigation. We do also have a number of robberies in the neighborhood. The robberies in the neighborhood have been pretty much scattered, but the perpetrators of the robberies have been teenagers. So we've had our YCOs and our now Q team out there kind of targeting and just the locations of where these robberies are occurring, just to bring the numbers down and to make sure that the citizens of East Harlem are a little safer. So we've deployed our foot posts, our new guys in the neighborhood, just to also try to bring those numbers down and make sure everybody's safe. That's all I got. If you have questions, feel free to ask.
Thank you. Are there any questions?
And online.
Okay, I do have a question. You said they were teenagers. Around what age are these teenagers?
For the robberies themselves, they've been anywhere, honestly, from 14 till about 19 or so.
Mm-hmm. And are usually around schools?
What was that?
Is the area that we are around schools?
Have they been around the schools?
No, are they near to the schools, in the proximity of schools?
Oh, there's been a few of them that have been around the schools, and a few of them where the victims have been younger in age. That's why we have our YCOs going out there and just both talking to the schools themselves, the staff, just trying to see if there's any other information that they are able to provide.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And you said there were no questions online?
Yes. I have a question today.
Can you state your name, please, before you speak?
Leslie Clone. Question for Detective Rivera.
Yep.
Are you there?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm here.
Around the schools, the school safety officers, do they come off grounds when
No,
the kids are being exited from the
school safety officers are only permitted to, I believe, stay in front of the schools. Some of them, go a little extra the mile and they'll walk to the corner, but primarily they're either in front of the school or inside the school itself.
Have they witnessed any of these interactions with these other older students?
Not to my knowledge, no, but like I said before, the robberies are still under investigation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any further questions? Okay, thank you, and we will keep in contact. I do want to ask any information on the individual. It was last month where she was a 60-something-year-old person.
So the homicide victim, yes. The perpetrator was caught. In regards, we do have, it's a multi-agency approach in regards to that arrest. The individual obviously is still in custody, and he's going to get prosecuted by the law. It's going to go as far as we can take it. But it's out of our hands essentially. But the individual, all three individuals, actually, I believe all three individuals are apprehended in regards. I know two for sure. But I was on vacation last week, and I do not know if the third one was apprehended. But I do vaguely remember hearing that he was.
Okay, thank you.
All right, no problem.
And we'll see you on the streets.
All right, take care. Have a good one. Enjoy.
Have a good evening. Do we have anyone from the 25th precinct?
Yes, Detective Powers.
Hello, Detective Powers.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope all is well. So, these are our stats for the 28-day period. So, for the most part, we compare the 28-day period of this year, and then we compare it of last year. So we're comparing, from September 29th to October 5th of this year, and then September 29th to October 5th of last year. So this year, overall, we are down in crime by 29%. We have 0 murders. We have 0 rapes. We are down in robberies by 47% with 11 compared to 21 of last year, period. Felonious assaults, we are down by 25% with 27 compared to 36. Burglaries, we have 9 for the 28-day period. We are down by 40% compared to 16. Grand larcenies, we have 30 for the 28-day period compared to 37 of last year's 28-day period. And grand larceny autos, no change, but we have 7 grand larceny autos. As far as like major updates and events, on October 3rd at 11:10 p.m. on the corner of East 120 Street, Fifth Avenue, a shot spotted rang off for 2 rounds at the corner of 2 West 120th Street. Upon arrival, officers discovered that there were no witnesses around. There were no one at the scene, but after a canvass, they recovered 2 shell casings. At this time, there's no victims. They did multiple hospital canvasses with negative results. The investigation is still ongoing. They're still looking at videos to see, if they can get more facts to that. On Monday, October 6th at 1:40 a.m. inside of 2301 Fifth Avenue, during a gathering, a 44-year-old man and a 23-year-old woman got into a verbal dispute. While arguing, the female grabs a knife from the kitchen and stabs the male in the lower left side. The victim was taken to Harlem Hospital and is recovering from his injuries. The female was arrested at the scene and is expected to face charges. As far as informational updates, our next community council meeting is Wednesday, October 5th at 6 p.m. And we'll have a special presentation for breast cancer and domestic violence. And lastly, our yearly event, we're going to have our Halloween trunk or treat is Thursday, October 30th at 3 p.m. until supplies last. All candy donations are welcome, volunteers are welcome, and if anyone wants to bring a table, we just kindly ask to please have like a game or activity to interact with the children or to give out candy. For more information, we'll send out some flyers. If you haven't gotten it already, just let us know. We did send out our emails and communications. I'll leave my email in the chat just in case if anybody want to reach out. And that's it for my update for the 25th precinct.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here, Detective Powers. I have 3 questions.
I'm sorry, October 15th, Wednesday, October 15th, I'm sorry.
That was one of them.
Our community council meeting, 6 p.m.
The second, you said there were 30 larcenies. What kind of things are being taken in those?
So as far as the most of the grand larcenies are coming from the mall at East River Plaza. So a lot of people are going inside the stores and taking stuff from the store. So that's where most of our grand larcenies are coming from.
Okay. And they're taking like enough stuff for it to be a grand larceny?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so they'll go into Burlington, they'll take expensive stuff, they'll go into Costco's, all these stores, that's where, most of them come from.
Okay. Thank you. And then last month you mentioned a guy on 116th, or an elderly man on 116th between 5th and Madison who shot himself in the leg and passed away. I was wondering if there was an update on that,
So,
sort of what
as far as
happened there.
updates, they was checking to see, like, if he was former law enforcement or anything. he wasn't of any type of law enforcement. So they're still investigating like where the gun come from and stuff. And, they're still investigating that. But as far as like, was he licensed or supposed to carry it? No.
Okay. Thank you.
Any further questions?
I think Carlos has his hand up.
Yes.
Yeah. Carlos, you have the floor. Carlos, unmute yourself.
Maybe it's an accident.
Carlos.
Yeah, I'm here. Detective Powell, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good. A couple of months ago, I spoke to you regarding some vehicles that were parked in front of Taino Towers that's been there for the last 6 months, has not moved. And they're from South Carolina, and they had handicap plates.
They're still there?
Are
Okay.
still there.
All right.
So
Let
if
me
you
put in
can
the second request.
look into that, we appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
Any further
Third
questions?
Avenue, right?
On 3rd Avenue,
Yes.
but on the side of Taino Towers, which would be the east, between 122nd and 123rd.
Okay.
Thank you, Carlos. I think there are no more questions. Thank you, Detective Powers. We appreciate you, appreciate your service, and we will see you on the street or at the next event. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
I
Have a
just
good night,
wanted-
everybody.
Good night. I just wanted to add that the 2/3 precinct next community council meeting is on October the 22nd at Union Settlement, and it begins at 6:15, which is 237 East 104th Street. And I just wanted to make sure that we knew or said that information as well.
What time is that?
6:15. And do we have any further city agencies as in the FDNY?
FDNY is not here.
Okay. And may I ask you from the Department of Transportation to introduce yourself with your title?
Good evening. Thank you. Rafael Antonio Scano, Manhattan Borough Planner from the Office of the Manhattan Borough Commissioner.
Thank you.
I have one update, a very important update.
Okay.
And it is regarding the 160th Street project in association with the 120th Street and Pleasant Avenue. There was a letter that was sent by the board chair to the commissioner regarding that intersection. I'm glad to tell you that we are reviewing it, and hopefully in the near future, we will have an answer as to whether that would be possible or not. But it's being reviewed.
Can you state for everyone here the specifics?
There's nothing specific, just that it's being reviewed, and I just wanted to tell you that we had not forgotten about that.
But can you state
What's being reviewed?
what is?
Oh, I thought that you were, I'm sorry, yes, I should have described. Right, okay.
So can you state
This
what
was,
is being?
this was requested, a signal, traffic signal was requested for that intersection, for the 120th Street and Pleasant Avenue,
By many people.
because of the risk that exists there, and that has been requested also by the resident of that area. So I just wanted to let you know that we had not forgotten, because that is also part of the 160th Street project that we have brought in the past to this board.
Thank you.
What's the 116th Street project?
The project that it's a corridor, all the whole 116th Street was brought up for a redesign, and it would have changed was it a bus lane on
Right.
both sides and islands in the middle and daylighting and
Bicycle lanes.
It's a safety.
there were a lot of things involved that there's a letter on the position that we took. And the position that we took was that we did not agree with it, and it would change the soul of El Barrio. However, we did agree to a lot of the daylighting tools that were part of it. And the daylighting tools, we can discuss further offline, but that was the position that we took,
Okay, good.
okay?
They're probably gonna do it.
But a lot of the individuals that came in person, just wanted to express that they wanted a traffic light because the children needed that safety and not necessarily a speed bump, but an actual light that would be enforced.
With a camera?
Well, that would be something that we would want to add.
Yeah.
So that people would actually get a ticket if they go through that light.
That's another request.
So we have to add that, okay, so we will add that request.
Speed camera and red light.
Again,
Okay.
the section between 160th Street, Preston 120th Street is part of the overall project.
Okay.
Okay, so I did not know that we had actually make that request. Can one of the members here place a motion to add that friendly amendment to what has already been written so that we can have that as part of that plan?
I make a motion to add an amendment to the plan that is already in motion to have a camera and a red light, what's it called? Speeding camera. Red light and a speeding camera placed at 120th Street and Pleasant Avenue with the upgrades that are coming.
So
I think we have to make that a little bit more
I think
specific.
you guys should look at the resolution first and make sure you're not saying anything that's duplicate, right? Did anybody look at the resolution before making this motion or any of this right now? So let's do that first, okay?
Let us look at that. I just wanna make sure that we actually have this red light added.
And then just as a reference, you guys can always go onto the CB11 website, go to about CB11 and check letters and resolutions and look at the language for your committee's resolutions, please. Request for a traffic light at 120th Street and Pleasant Avenue.
We already requested for the traffic light, but in order to add a
So look at,
speed camera.
I would recommend looking at the language first, please, and then determine how you want this written out, because oftentimes we put out letters and it doesn't get reviewed after. So, just saying that doesn't help us as staff. So if you could be a lot more specific in terms of you want the letter to state specifically X, Y, Z at a certain point, that would actually help a lot. Are you able to access it?
I have the draft, I don't have the.
Okay.
You wanna go to the, like, off of website and there's like a.
Even the draft in the.
But this is what we actually sent.
Yes, this is what we actually sent, yes.
This is already sent, and it has been approved.
No,
So if you all agree
I'm just
to,
saying that it's being reviewed.
Oh, okay, so then we will have time to.
Right. Yes.
Okay, so it's being reviewed, so
Right.
we will get the language.
It's being reviewed, and I just wanted to tell you that we have not forgotten about that.
Okay, I misunderstood.
Okay.
So therefore, Christine,
Yes, ma'am.
we will table that and put the language together for adding the speeding traffic camera into that with the best language that we can to make it succinct. So that we will continue to review. Yes, Derek, you have the floor.
Question. So in our letter, we stated, we asked that the DOT heighten enforcement. Would that be sufficient for DOT to consider a red light camera?
Can you repeat that?
We asked that the DOT heighten enforcement at the intersection by including a traffic signal and other daylighting safety measures to accommodate constituents who frequent the area.
Enforcement,
Well, that's not DOT directly.
right, exactly. So we could install that is requested, but enforcement.
Understood.
Understood,
It's too broad.
enforcement does not imply that we can
Right,
add a
exactly.
traffic light.
Exactly.
The traffic light camera specifically.
Right, exactly.
But y'all would be in charge of adding the camera? Is that part of your?
If there is a study that, it's the requirement, we will do it, but at this time, it's being reviewed, I just want to share the good news that we have not forgotten about it.
I appreciate it, I appreciate
You know, I just, it's, out of good faith, and just,
Thank you.
we've been doing it.
Thank you, I really appreciate it.
And
Eric?
this is part of the overall 160th Street project, which hopefully we'll be able to entertain sometime in the future.
Would part of the review include the study of if a red light camera is appropriate?
This is a different study.
Not
Meaning that they will go and check if it is necessary by just looking at the traffic flow.
So is any part of the 116 project, did it include or will it include a study around red light camera?
No, that's.
No, the 116th Street was just bike lanes,
Right,
right?
exactly, that's the safety measures that will be taking place in the corridor from Manhattan Avenue to Pleasant.
Okay, well, it sounds like we are extremely excited that this study that y'all did on review it's actually being reviewed for an actual traffic light.
It's been reviewed. As soon as I get an update, I will be very glad to share and review all.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I have a question.
Just a second. Do we? No, I just have a question for him.
Do you work with Lyle Blackwood or?
Yes, Lyle Blackwood is my colleague. He had this CB11 prior. I have just come as the new person in the department. This is my 3 years. So I've been around for a while, right?
Yes, you have.
All right, so I guess I'll be contacting you when I have issues.
Yes.
Yes, we will. With pictures.
You could always, you could always reach out to Khalid.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Can you say your name, please? Peggy Morales.
Hi, Peggy.
Hi, good to see you. I have, actually, Madam Chair, I have a question about whether or not this would be the appropriate time during the meeting for me to ask Mr. Escano a question about the 117th Street, specifically as we exit Costco and into Pleasant Avenue. Would this be the appropriate time for me to ask the question? Okay, so I understand that there are some buffers that prevent parking or are supposed to, intended to prevent parking in that gray area that's been sort of carved out.
Pedestrian lane. That's
Supposed to be a pedestrian lane,
Yes.
correct, that's the way it was intended. However, I have pictures to prove that it's everything but a pedestrian lane. In fact, there are cars parked there all the time, they run over those plastic cones that are there. It's not being maintained, and that certainly, I don't know whether that even falls within your jurisdiction.
Yes.
But
yes, it
it's
does.
not being cleaned. Now we have delivery bikes with these big cabooses behind them blocking the walkway for the pedestrians. So the narrow sidewalk is still the only means of entrance and exit from the mall. And the cars are very impatient now that they have double parking in front of the fish place that's constantly there. So it's really just one lane of traffic with cabs dropping people off, picking people up, and cars that are exiting the parking lot area. So my question is there anything that can be done through DOT to better enforce that pedestrian lane by putting perhaps things that are not, they're not able to run over, like those plastic cones and maybe put planters that are made of concrete so that people understand that that is very specifically designated for nothing but pedestrians. That's my first question.
Thank you for bringing that up.
I have the pictures that I can share with you.
Oh, no, we have many pictures. See, this is Bob.
I appreciate that because this is something that I have really looked into it and, make it a pedestrian lane, for certain, because right now it's kind of, if there is no cars there, then people can cross or can walk on it. We have placed there, I think it's 5 or 4 planters, and they're supposed to be taken care of by the Horticultural Society. Okay. That's a contract that they have with DOT. They should be taking them periodically.
But it's not the planters that are dirty, it's the actual pedestrian walkway that's always filthy.
Okay, so there is no garbage in the planter?
No, it's on the floor, it's on the floor.
It's just the lane, the pedestrian lane that is dirty. I guess I'll look into it and see what we can do because, sanitation should clean that up.
Okay, so let me, okay, thank you. And I won't send pictures because clearly you have plenty.
No, you can send me the current pictures.
Okay.
Send it to me, you have my email.
That's fine.
But I just wanted to make sure that the part of the plastic things that I guess are between the planters, that people are going over.
They're running them over.
The bollards, have they been knocked down?
Of course.
Have to be replaced?
Some of them do need to be replaced, yes.
I just wanted to make sure that was.
Thank you.
Taken into account. And your second question?
My second question is related to this letter that was submitted to DOT that you stated is in review.
Yes.
Okay, as part of this review process, is it too late now to add anything to the existing request that was already made to DOT by way of a friendly amendment? Because if we're gonna have a friendly amendment, it makes sense that we could include it as part of the document that DOT has already received. But if that's already in review, I'm getting the sense that perhaps it's too late to add anything to it. So we would need to then send a separate request for what they had to do at 135th Street, just down the street from Harlem Hospital, which was a full study to determine whether or not a speeding camera would be necessary there versus a red light would be necessary there. They had to conduct a study before they invested the money in study where you go onto the bridge to the Bronx, or you go to the service road of the FDR going south, or that huge intersection there that splits like 5 different ways.
Is that part of the district? CBA? I mean
CB11.
It was when it was being discussed here.
What's the location?
135th Street, just down the street from Harlem Hospital. It's east of with Harlem Hospital, yes.
It's east.
That huge intersection
Is it on the east side of 5th Avenue?
Yes, it is.
Then it's our district, yes.
That's what I thought, because this is where we had that debate. Yes.
Is that something that has been?
That was a study that was specifically asked for by the residents, the public housing residents, the residents of Riverbend Towers, or anyone who lived in that immediate area that was being affected.
CB11?
Yes, yes.
Is that, I'm not aware.
I'm just asking whether or not a specific request has to be made for that particular type of study to determine if a speeding camera needs to be put in there versus a red light, or a combination of the two. When it comes to enforcement, it seems like the two would be a better combination.
You basically have to request it.
Right.
Then the request will trigger the study.
Correct.
And then you can take it from there.
But it cannot be added to the existing study the existing letter that's already under review by DOT.
But what is that letter?
Okay, so we're going to.
I'm sorry,
I also don't, what letter are you?
So 2 letters need to be.
The resolution.
The resolution that was submitted.
So 2 letters need to be.
Regarding 120th and Pleasant? That's
Regarding, right.
That's a separate
That's
request. You have
yeah.
to file a different request for that. Is there an already existing request for the section that you're talking about?
She's only
No,
using that as an
No,
example.
this is an example that she gave.
Oh, no, now I understand what you're saying.
I was simply giving him
The
an
location,
example of what was requested by way of Community Board 11 in order to initiate the process of conducting the study. That would then help DOT determine whether or not what we were requesting was feasible and necessary.
I see.
That's what I.
These are different locations.
135th Street is no longer relevant.
Okay,
Yeah,
Simply
she's
using that
using-
to give
sorry
an
about
example.
We're going in
Um,
circles, so in other words, we
right.
need to make a full other request for the speed light in the same spot that we requested for the traffic light.
Okay.
So that is what is the
Thank you.
conclusion. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
I think we might as well. It's gonna take them forever anyway on the first request.
So I don't think we need to even vote on making a resolution for that.
Well, that's up to you.
Khalid, do
I'm sorry?
we need to make a vote?
So you want to amend your current resolution?
We're just having.
No. We just want to make a new resolution.
You guys would like to entertain a motion to?
Do we need to make a motion or can we just write a resolution for that?
Well, who's writing it? Right, so I mean, if you guys want to make a motion to issue another resolution, remember resolutions have to be ratified by the board, you can do that. If it's just a matter of going online and filing a request just like that, you can do that just as well. The resolutions are just contingent on if the committee just wants to include a little bit more advocacy for an initiative. But I mean, tomorrow, if you want me to just submit a request to DOT, I can do that. And you don't have to issue a resolution. But if you do want to, you can.
Raphael,
That's correct.
which is more powerful,
That's
that will
correct.
get it to actually happen.
The resolution, but he'll keep coming back here and the update will be, he hasn't
You
forgotten
make
about
a
it.
decision how you can do it.
It's literally how you guys want to
Right.
go about it.
Okay, y'all, how do y'all want to go about it? Resolution?
Yeah, let's do
Or,
it.
all right, Christina?
I just think the easiest way to do it and get it done. So why can't Khalid just submit it?
I think we just do it.
Well, someone can entertain a motion or we move on with this meeting because we have a lot to cover.
Yes, we do.
7:30.
Yes. So I make a motion to have Khalid just submit it on the DOT.
That's not a motion. You gotta
Okay.
please be better on that one, Christina.
All right, help me out here. So what do we motion? What is the motion?
135th Street or the 120th?
Okay.
That doesn't have to be a
It's
motion, we can just do that.
If you
It's
guys
120.
want me to file a request tomorrow and submit it to Raphael, you can do that. If you guys want to make a
Okay,
motion,
let's-
but remember, the motion to provide a letter has to be ratified later by the full board. So then that's gonna wait till be after October 21st. So if you want me to just file a request tomorrow and then keep following with Raphael,
Yeah, I
you
just
can do
don't-
that.
I would like for you to follow the
Okay, all right,
so
so
that
then,
this can be in conjunction with the resolution that
okay,
is already under discussion.
okay, so you'd like for me
That
to
is all
submit?
separate and stuff.
Yes,
I know.
yes, we'll submit a separate request for
A speeding traffic light
speeding traffic light at 120th and Pleasant Avenue.
No. That's already requested.
What is
Oh,
that
no.
camera called? What is the camera called?
No.
What is the
Oh, you're
proper
talking
phrase?
about the camera?
No, we're talking
Yes.
about a speeding
Okay.
camera.
Alright.
Right, so
Red light camera, is there another name?
No,
for it?
that's okay.
a red light. So in our current resolution, it just says install a traffic signal.
Right.
And then we also asked to include include a traffic signal and other daylighting safety measures to accommodate constituents. So we can ask for a red light camera.
A red light
Okay.
speeding camera?
Okay,
That's
all right.
Okay.
So tomorrow I will submit a request for a red lights / speeding traffic
Camera.
camera.
You have to be very specific.
Speeding camera at 120th and Pleasant Avenue. Okay, all right, so I'll do that tomorrow and then just let you guys know and keep you updated, okay?
Thank you.
No problem.
And thank you, Raphael.
Card, please. Can I have your card?
Yes, let me see if I has it.
Okay.
It just makes sense to just do it all at once.
I have a,
Yes, there.
so I believe state law requires that a speed camera be within a quarter mile of the school. is 120th and Pleasant within a quarter-mile of this.
There are a number of schools in the same way you see it. Carmel, Holy.
I should ask for something that they can't do.
It is.
So do we have to request it if the state law requires it anyway?
Doesn't require it, it just says you can't put one unless it's within a quarter.
Oh, got you, okay.
Okay, so let us move on. Raphael, you completed?
Yeah, I don't have any other things to, unless you have any more questions, I can depart.
Yes, you can depart. We have no more questions and we have
Thank you very much.
exhausted this topic.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for coming in person.
Good night, nice meeting you.
I'll message him later. We have the neighborhood loading zone request, and we'll just update him, as you go along. It's okay.
Okay. Do you have anyone from the MTA?
No, Alberto Ladon was supposed to come back and follow up on the increase we had last month regarding the sidewalk at Second Avenue subway, but I messaged you all last month already regarding that. So that's a Second Avenue subway related matter. You should attend their meetings regularly if you have any inquiries regarding infrastructure, projects and any impacts that are gonna be happening. And further, Alberto followed up on our initial request for the M103 bus stop relocation. We asked for it to be placed at a certain segment, and you'll see in the same email that I forwarded to all of you that their response. So they would like to know if we are comfortable with their suggestion and if they should go along with it. I recommend having some form of response because I'm going to assume that they'll take that as a no
Our
response,
silence would be,
no.
they won't do any change.
No contest or so forth, and so they might just either not do any change or do that measure that they provided with us. So I would recommend taking a look at that and letting me know as soon as possible what you all think they should do. Yes, no, maybe so. So I can inform you. Other than that, like I said, they'll probably just either move forward with doing it or not doing it.
I just wanted to ask a question of Carlos specifically, since you live closer to the area, closest to that area. Carlos, can you hear me? Carlos?
What was the question?
The question being pertaining to what we just spoke about, the
Okay.
M1, did you see the information on the M101, I think it was? Instead of going directly back to where it was a few years ago in that area, that stop, but it'll be 150 feet closer to where it was, but not exactly where it was due to
Right.
congestion of.
So it's gonna be like a block away, right? From the original space where it was, the bus stop?
Right. Correct, so it's a little bit closer, but it's not exactly, and we
That's
would like
fine.
to. Okay.
At least it's closer to the Borinquen, you know? As
I think
opposed
it's
to,
closer to a change is better than no change at all.
right,
And-
right. So absolutely. They can move it to a little closer to Borinquen. That'll be great.
Okay, so how do we feel about that? Can we just anonymously, we need to make a motion on that?
Yeah, we can just let them know that we're comfortable with that suggestion.
Okay.
If we're all okay with it?
I'm looking to make sure, I get a nod from each person here.
Yes.
No one's objecting?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Okay,
So
great.
please note them in the minutes.
Okay, so
There's too many elderly people that rely on Borinquen and the bus stop is too far for them to walk.
I completely agree. I completely agree as well.
Okay, perfect.
So we had to actually make a stand on that.
Okay, did you
Anyone from the district attorney present?
Did you make a question about the M106? Or that was the M101?
That was the M101.
Okay, thank you.
M103, that's
Oh.
our, for M103, that's.
I'm sorry.
Oh, the M103.
Yes.
I
No one from the
apologize.
district attorney's office.
Thank you. Okay, do we have any advocacy groups here?
Can I just, on the MTA thing, just want to correct, I misspoke earlier. Phase one of the Park Avenue Viaduct is from 115th to 123rd. Phase two is from 127th to 131st. So I just I want to correct myself.
Okay, thank you.
And sorry, and Luther Eisler has their hand raised. I don't know if they represent anybody. One second. Luther, are you representing any of these groups by any chance?
Do you represent any of the city agency partners?
I am representing the Manhattan District Attorney's Office.
Oh, okay, perfect. Let me
Okay,
just
thank you.
promote you 1 second. Hold on, Luther.
Lisa, can you state your full name and your title, please?
All right, Luther should be back in right now. Okay, Luther, go ahead, please.
Greetings,
Lisa, can you
greetings.
state
So
your full
yes, I'm Luther D. Isler. I am the new East Harlem Community Engagement Coordinator for the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. So I'm glad to be here. This is my first time at this particular meeting. And I just have 2 updates I'd love to share with you guys. The first one is that DA Bragg announces that he has indicted 3 individuals and 3 companies for a deed theft scheme. They were attempting to stealing Harlem brownstone from a family of a deceased owner. He announced the charges against the 3 individuals and the 3 companies for allegedly working together to steal a Harlem brownstone by posing as their heir of the deceased. They are charged with acting in concert in the New York State Supreme Court indictment, with 1 count for each: grand larceny in the 1st degree, criminal possession of stolen property in the 1st degree, and mortgage fraud in the 1st degree. This is a part of an initiative that DA Bragg started in 2022, the Manhattan DA's Housing and Tenant Protection Unit. The areas of focus are harassment of rent-regulated tenants, deed fraud, and defrauding of government subsidies, programs, and landlord developers. So great to announce that this is structured as a long-term type of project. So it's great to see that it is actually bearing fruit in terms of protecting our housing and our tenants and preventing things like housing fraud, which is absolutely deplorable, especially as they were taking advantage of a family of someone who recently deceased. The other thing that is on more of a lighter note that we are sharing is that we are continuing and building upon our commitment to the Bridge Navigators program. The Navigators program is designed to provide support and aim to connect people in need of long-term services for particularly those with mental health needs and recovery needs, and get them into behavioral health treatments and supportive housing. So one of the things that we will be following up on, and I've already begun making some contacts, is with connecting with each of the precincts between the 23rd, 25th, and PSA 5, and connecting them with the Bridge Navigators to help further support the quality of life work that's being done, so that we are working things on both angles. Furthermore, we'll be following up with the commanding officers to see how else the DA's office can be of support in these areas. And that's it for me today.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? Sage?
Are you able to say what the address of the property was that they tried to steal the deed of? One.
I may. Let me see if I see it on these notes. Doesn't mean I can't find it, but no, I don't have it on these notes, but I can send an email.
Okay, thank you, Luther. And can you
You're
please
welcome.
give us your information, as in your email and your work phone number, so that we can contact you if we have any other questions? Christine,
Yes,
do you have a
absolutely.
question?
Yes.
So the number
As you're doing
is.
that, we have a person that would like to ask you a question as another member.
Yes. And pardon me, the noise is
real
kind of, I'm getting some crackling, so hold on. I mean, go ahead.
I just wanted to know if someone needed to use the services of the Bridge Navigators, how would you become a part of that program?
Well, the easy answer for that is I'm gonna give my contact information, and I can simply connect you to the director of the program that I'm working with.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
So
on
now,
that
please
note,
give us your information.
on that note, my email is Isler, ISLER, then the letter L, at DANY.NYC.gov. So that's islerl@dany.nyc.gov. And as for my work number, it is 646-360-9819.
Thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you coming.
Yes, I'll
And
speak
we
to you as
will.
often.
Yeah, I
Do
think
you
the
have
Browns.
any questions online? And Sage, did you have another question?
Yeah, the brownstone was on West
You don't need to give the.
This is public information.
That's okay, but I just don't want that.
Okay, but it was not in CB11.
Thank you. Thank you, Luther Eisler. And now let us continue on
Isler,
with
you're welcome.
our Isler. Sorry about that. Community outreach reports. Now you can talk about Parkland.
Now, okay, so I went to, don't laugh, I went to, Party on Park, right? It was very well done and put together, and it was so crowded, especially the area where they had the food. I mean, it was so crowded I couldn't get in, right? So I don't know who was in there, but then they had these buses and cars and trucks that had, I guess, small businesses, because they had their logos and stuff on them. And it looked like everybody just was having an amazing time. And I spoke to Carrie from Concrete Jungles and Mac, sorry. Anyway, it was really a nice time. I got there late, but I did, manage to see some things, and I took a couple of pictures of some of the things I saw there. But it looked like overall it was a really good event.
Great, thank you. And I was at the same event where I met the person that you spoke to from the PSA 5. And he says, oh yes, Christina told me about coming to the.
Detective Dow. That was Officer Dow or Detective Bluehorn.
I have
Because those are my
taken a picture
contacts.
of his thing, but being that he's not here, I don't want to So
I know,
thank
because
you
I get
for-
on him all the time about why he doesn't come.
Thank you for inviting him, and I think your persistence will pan out.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna see him again next week, so.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we did see Kyoka and Valerie, and there were a lot of people that showed up. Asher was there, of course Xavier was there, and there were a few other people that I cannot remember who were present at Party on Park tabling.
Yes.
For CB11. So I do thank everyone. Jewel Jones is not here to give us a talk about what happened with the 2/3 precinct council. However, I know that Kyoka is on the 2/5 precinct council.
I'm on the 25th precinct council. I'm the president. So you guys got the same report that we did at the 25th precinct community council. Executive powers in that report. Our next meeting is on the 15th, as she said. We try to focus our attention on the things that are going on in the neighborhood. What we did was focus this month on the Q team, so that's the new quality of life team. They used to be, a lot of them were NCO officers. There's no longer an NCO officers team at all. So the Q team has taken over quality of life stuff. So if you have any questions about quality of life in your community, you should talk to the sergeant. And in your particular sector where you live, the officers will give you their number. But it should not replace 311 calls or 911 calls. A lot of people tend to say, let me call Officer so-and-so, there's something going on. But if we don't have stats, then we can't send out patrol. And that's a big thing that we tell people, like, yes, the Q team is available, but we want to make sure that you're still calling through one anomaly so we can have stats so that we can request resources in the community, because we can't request it if we don't have those numbers. So if nothing's going, if it shows that nothing's happening on 117th Street, we might in that area. So that's what we talked about last week.
Thank you. Do we have any other?
Can I add to that?
Go ahead, thank you
Yeah,
for saying.
so I went to the PSA 5, right?
Mhm.
And their information was just a little bit different, right? Even though quality of life team, well, at least in our area sector, right?
Mhm.
The quality of life team is still our NCOs, but they've just been renamed as quality of life, right? So, which was a good thing, because, you know, we have a relationship with them already. And, they specified that, we should call the 311 instead of calling them, so that was a good thing.
That is a, yeah, that's good to make sure.
Mhm.
That's true, I just want to make sure it's clear that
Right,
there's no
yeah.
NCO team.
Right, no NCOs no more.
So, to interject,
Leslie?
yes, to interject with that, I live in Franklin Plaza, and I have all the construction going on around my neighborhood. There's a lot of people that choose to park on the sidewalk. They choose to park and blocking the driveway, so I have the app on my phone, the 311 app. I take a picture of their car and send it in. And a patrol car usually comes around and gives them a ticket, because the traffic agents don't do nothing. They direct traffic, a horrible job, but they direct traffic.
Okay, so
But
we're
they-
going with the positive, but we'll just keep
311
it succinct with the 301 app, right?
Yes, it's really good, it does work, and it really
Okay.
does work.
Thank you. So without any further outreach, let's continue.
Well, I'm sorry, I attended the street co-naming for, Bill Pumpkins, which was well attended, there's over 300 people out there that day. I think every elected official from Harlem, East Harlem showed up, and, it was a great day.
Can we read it?
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Jewel has to read this.
Jewel Jones? Go ahead, you have the floor.
Thank you. I'm under the weather today, but I wrote in the chat that I was unable to attend the 23rd Precinct Council meeting, but I can make mention of the WEAC meeting that I attended this month, or last month rather. And I would say that Pascal. Say again.
Say what WEAC is. Not
Oh,
everyone here knows.
the full name is We Act for Environmental Justice. And it's an environmental justice organization in northern Manhattan. Peggy Shepard is the people know her name. She's the co-founder. So I do attend that meeting regularly. Pascal attended in the last month's meeting. One thing I just want to say, the meeting was focused on. We had the special guest was the mayor's office of climate and environmental justice, and they actually discussed the New York City's environmental justice report that came out, and they have a plan in place to kind of go and speak about this environmental justice report. And one of the plans is to actually visit community boards. So we did make mention of East Harlem and making sure they make their way here to discuss this report. And right, I think it's like 50 pages. It's a huge report. You can just go to the New York City's Office of Climate Justice, Climate and Environmental Justice to see the report itself. But it was focused on that. That was the meeting was focused on that.
Thank you. And just want to emphasize that as we get out more, even, it doesn't matter what event, it would be good if it's public safety, but any event that we attend, like the Fungi Festival or a Harvest Festival on Randall's Island, our faces are seen and people will just start coming and saying, here, I need this, or just feel comfortable with knowing that the community board is an advocate ready to understand what the constituents need on a person-to-person basis. And I did attend those festivals.
The Fungi Festival?
Yeah. Let us continue with the committee discussion on district needs and budget requests for the fiscal year. A narrative you have already received, and you review the budget request and make recommendations for additions and removals. Can we pull up the actual chart that we have?
Which one, the narrative or
No, the other one first, and then we'll do the narrative.
budget request?
Boy, that is really tiny, or is it just me? Okay, can you make that just a little bit larger?
What's that?
So it's putting that up. Did everyone have a chance to review the narrative?
All right, so let's go with these budget requests.
Okay, good, you got it?
Yes, we're gonna go through these really quick.
Is it a little bit larger? Yes, that's great.
Okay, so we have this one here, accelerated redevelopment restoration of Pier 107, and then like ferry service coming from East Harlem. The committee has revised. Does anybody have any revisions for this, their budget request right now? No, so then we're gonna keep this language?
We're gonna keep this language.
Okay. What is the recommended ranking for this request?
Medium.
Alrighty. Request better lighting throughout East Harlem. You guys want to?
We have the specific, we're gonna keep doing it, we're not removing that.
So
it hasn't happened as yet, and I think it should be high, since you've asked for it.
So keeping this, no one has any updated language? Okay.
And a close parenthesis.
Oh, yeah, that
Okay.
minor, but it's important, I guess.
No problem. And then you want this, what priority?
High.
High. If it was a higher one, I'd be.
No problem. Okay. And then this last one here, improve East Harlem's infrastructure.
That's high.
It is high. They want
So you
specific.
want to keep this?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is extremely high because people are falling.
Okay, well, you're gonna get the same response next year, just FYI, okay?
He's not, well, I think we picked specific spots or DOT is responsible.
Okay, so,
Successful.
Yeah,
As it is.
Okay, Derek.
They're correct.
Yes, I'm just saying that can we add some specific spots? Christine, you wanted to add a specific spot?
yes, I do. On the housing committee, we did a walkthrough of Wagner houses.
It can't be inside.
No, I know, it's outside of Wagner houses, and we've already spoken to somebody. And they did say that it was DOT, right? The outside of Wagner houses, which is right across from the pool, that's there, right? Don't know the exact, and it's between First and Second Avenue, right, on the side of the court, I think that's 124th Street. I have pictures, that block is so bad, it's like this, and there's like big crater, it's terrible. It's terrible, you cannot literally walk down that street.
Okay, so can we add that?
Yes.
125th Street between First.
No, 124th.
124th, excuse me.
124th between First and Second. On the,
No, across the street from the project.
no, it's on the side of the project.
You said across from the pool.
Right, the pool is here, it's over here. So it's on the east side, on the east side, sorry, south side of the street.
South side of?
South side, 124, between First and Second.
Between First and Second?
Yes.
You said you had an example, I'm sorry, say it again, please.
Hanging routes. Many of the I call them rumble plates that are at the base of the sidewalks where they end and they kind of go down so that wheelchairs can go by. The cutaways, thank you. I call them rumble strips. Well, those cutaways, many of those rubberized orange things that they're putting down are coming up.
Yes, they
And
are.
it's causing falls for our aging in place seniors in the community. That's happening throughout. It's happening on First Avenue, Second Avenue, Third Avenue.
So do you want us to just submit a generic 311 request to address those?
Please, I sent them pictures, I sent them video, a report.
Okay, so, CC me in those emails so I
I
can help
certainly
you.
will.
Okay, and I'll help you out with that. these are like specifically like capital budget requests that we want to do. So I mean, when we talk about these things, we want like a larger scale project. I mentioned last month we get notified of HWPD projects that list, and you'll also see it in the on the same CB11 website. We put the work notices, and this is an example of the scope of what these projects are. So you can tailor your sidewalk related requests. So it's for example, pedestrian ramp upgrades.
That narrows the scope.
Yes, so that helps. So if you can, so you see how utility location 2nd Avenue, East 112, utility location East 109th Street. So we can tailor our pedestrian sidewalk repair requests kind of similar along these lines. It might help for later on down the road. So that's just my recommendation. But for your specific request, CC me in those emails and then we can try to get some action on that and try to get everyone that's going to respond, okay?
Okay, so for specifics, I will entertain any other specific ones, and that we can make friendly amendments to that before the district meets.
No, we need to finalize these. We need to finalize these tonight. That's what we need to do. We're not going to be doing any submissions after tonight for this committee. And if you want to try that, you just have to enter directly, let him bite your head off. I'm not going to do it. But we have to finalize these budget requests tonight, and we have to rank your requests by agency tonight as well.
Well, the ranking
No, this is like your committee recommended ranking, but
the ranking is the easier part, but do we have any other specifics with the sidewalk issues? Crickets?
yeah, and no one online. Okay, so are you?
I know that a person had sent an email saying that they were really blanketing 96th Street to 110th Street on Lexington Avenue sidewalk. That's not as specific as.
Which email did you?
I don't know.
Okay. But what you said, 96 from where to where?
96th Street on Lexington, from 96th Street to 110th Street.
That is.
Which I thought was a little.
Smart church. Well, you know what?
Not fast, but it was a person that had sent in a specific email, right?
So then, for future reference, we can try to ask Raphael. I'll also ask DDC, Design and Construction. What are feasible like scopes for this type of work, and what would make sense as a budget request, and that can help out. Instead of like making, because I don't think that they'll accept just like repair sidewalk infrastructure in East Harlem, too broad. So I can ask for our next district cabinet meeting and notify you guys. Okay, this is like a more reasonable request. Okay, anything along those lines. So we're comfortable with this language. Repair sidewalk infrastructure on the south side of East 124th Street.
Yes.
Yes.
Between 1st and 2nd Avenues, okay? And that's a high priority?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any new capital requests that you want to consider?
I can think of.
Okay. Okay, so out of these three here, so we have EDC and DOT. So this being with EDC, that's number one. For DOT, these DOT requests, I mean, you guys.
We had it as media.
No, I mean, and you have to rank them by agency as well. So, so in this capital, we only have EDC here, so it's automatically.
So it's automatically number one.
So for DOT, you guys need to make this 1 and 2. So, which would be.
Lighting is one.
Lighting is 1, okay.
Safety.
All right, no problem. And then the second one, sidewalk infrastructure, is number 2.
Correct.
All right, and we're all in agreement?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, expense. All right, so provide funding for an expansion of the mayor's action plan for neighborhood safety. The committee recommends keep, and we're keeping this, right? Same language?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's the recommended ranking?
Medium.
Yeah, got it. Provide funding to study feasibility of establishing a residential parking permit in East Harlem. We are revising. To keep requests but cite existing advocacy efforts in CB11M. Do we have the revised language for this? Sounds like a no. So we're gonna keep. All right. So we're gonna keep this language as is. No problem. And what's the priority for this one? Medium. Medium.
Media.
Okay. You guys, no problem.
I can also look at what the existing, I can make the request a little bit better when it gets to the stream.
Okay, well, you're the chair for that, so that's at your discretion. Okay, further funding is needed for NYPD to prioritize youth crime prevention and other existing citywide prevention programs. We have revised. Do we have a revised language here with us tonight? No. So
I think that we can. Go ahead, Linda.
I asked a question, and I don't think that it's ever been answered. It says, can you just reread it so that I understand?
Further funding is needed for NYPD to prioritize youth crime prevention programs, including MAP and other existing citywide prevention programs as a strategy to mitigate crime in East Harlem. The city should not only bolster support for NYPD youth programs, but also allocate resources to community partners to engage at-risk youth. The agency response was, for more information, please contact the agency. And the committee's recommendation last month was to revise this language.
So,
I have a question, because it seems, I keep asking the same question, I don't think I've gotten an answer, but it feels like it's saying that NYPD should prioritize agency or funds from that, and that is a total, nothing to do with NYPD at all, like whatsoever. So how did that connect to them?
This is the
So, exactly what is MAP?
I don't know. This is the committee's budget request.
That is
the homework was for the committee members to review these requests, get your information, and consider either revising this or, as staff recommended, to remove it. So,
I have revised it many times, and the map that I was given was from the 250s, and they were the ones who said that they wanted these programs. I am going to remove that because in order to change this around any further, I was making this specifically from the 250s.
Who's going to include that information? Because MAP is a mayor's initiative program, that's what that is.
So, because of what she said, right, that it doesn't have anything to do with the actual NYPD, can we exclude that and add Explorers program, because that's a specific program with the NYPD. So instead of saying including MAP, we should say including the Explorers program, because it is definitely a program that works with kids. And it's, okay, got it?
Okay, so you
We're
want
working on it.
Okay, so you want
So we want to take out MAP, we want to get rid of that, right?
Take out MAP.
Yes, and we want to say including the Explorers program. What is the exact title of that? It's just Explorers, okay, including the Explorers program.
And other existing citywide prevention programs as a strategy. Is this language fine?
The other thing is, I think saying other existing citywide prevention programs is kind of broad. So what specific programs are we talking about? Because if we're talking about citywide prevention programs, citywide, that could be anything. Pretty much.
You can have it as East Harlem.
Okay, can we say that?
So you just
And
want
other
including
existing city, East Harlem.
How about just including the Explorers program, comma, as a strategy to mitigate crime in East Harlem?
Yes.
Anybody else with any revisions?
I wouldn't, if I may, Madam Chair, I would not, include the city should not only bolster support for NYPD youth programs, but also allocate resources to community partners. Community partners is something that the NYPD should be at their discretion to engage as long as the programs are in alignment with what it is that they're trying to do with community. So we should not be asking them to do out. You know what I'm saying? It's too broad, it leaves it too open-ended.
Right.
So cut off
So
the
their
sentence.
response was in line with what we were asking.
So cut off the sentence at East Harlem.
Yes.
We split it into two requests, maybe? One for community partners, one for NYPD specifically.
The committee wants to create a new request, but it has to go along with the DCP language. So if you can, if would it be the same language here, increase resources for youth prevention programs, or would it be something new? What do you think?
My thought is it would fall in the same category, it would just be a different request, and then we would have to mitigate the
Similar language.
Okay, so you want this latter half here, the city should not only bolster support for MIP programs, but also allocate, and so you want to make that a new request.
That's what I
Is that
would.
Okay.
And then maybe give it, I don't have one in mind right now, but allocate resources to community partners, maybe reference a specific organization.
Okay, so hold on for 1 second. We're gonna do that really quick. Let me just.
I'm sorry, as you're typing, I just want to make sure it's mentioned that not only works with housing, they don't work outside of PSA 5, so we can open it to it's only for nature.
Okay.
And that's only the developments specifically in East Harlem.
And they only, right now, not only
All right, guys. Let's get
Continue back with.
So we're good with this language here. Further funding is needed for NYPD to prioritize youth crime prevention programs, including the Explorers program as a strategy to mitigate crime in East Harlem. Good. We're good with that? What's the priority?
I say the priority
Yes.
is mayor's action
Yes,
plan.
I like that.
All right. Okay. Next.
Are we in agreement that the priority is high for that?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Let's not talk about.
Okay. Okay, so, and then you guys are keeping, provide funding for formal investigations, construction feasibility at Pier 116th Street for the purpose of expanding transportation methods. You guys want to keep this? We're gonna get the same response, by the way, just FYI.
It's not, wait, Michael, come back.
Whoa, that's going too fast.
Yeah, it just does not support, cannot accommodate or move requests. More information is needed for the community board to better understand the nature of this request. What new information could we get? I mean, like, what can we submit to them?
That would entail us attending and having our budget consultations, which didn't occur this year. So it's incumbent upon us moving forward to work with the district needs and budget committee to have our district budget consultations, and you can ask these questions more in depth. Alternatively, when EDC comes to our committee, you can ask them this specifically.
Okay. Yes.
All right.
So we just want to keep that.
Keep it at, and then what's the priority?
I would say low, because the reason it's on here is just to have a record of it. And I would also change the word investigation to study.
Where, sorry, change which word?
Provide funding for a study into construction feasibility.
They got anticipation of.
Is that in anticipation of? Yeah, we're no longer anticipating.
Oh, yeah, I guess, yes.
Some explain transportation methods to the public. Okay.
Do you just kind of stop it right there?
Yes. Okay. You got it. And that's low priority.
That's low. Is everyone in agreement with that?
Yeah.
Okay, next one, NYPD should allocate existing resources toward improving police community relations, increase accountability, communication, and transparency. By NYPD can help to foster trust among East Harlem residents. For more information, please contact the agency. You guys ought to keep this.
That's kind of similar to what we were going to say earlier, so I think this is good, and maybe ignore that community partner thing.
Community partner? Are you mean this new one? Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Let's do one at a time.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the language as is. And what's the priority for this one?
I would keep it the same time, it's the same, because it's a youth.
High, okay. Second floor.
However, is everyone in favor of this?
I feel like that second sentence is just redundant.
I was trying to read it, y'all keep moving to.
Sorry, okay, NYPD should allocate existing resources toward improving police community relations, increased accountability, communication, and transparency by NYPD can help to foster trust and residents. NYPD explorers benefit our youth, as well as officers that train to improve relationships with our youth. This funding will provide training for this and similar programs such as the NYPD Blue Chips mentoring and sports program that will aid in building trust by specifically trained officers. Relationships will evolve as officers and the community build more bridges, improving relationships through genuine cooperation.
This vaguely sounds like the other one.
Yes,
Like
it
we
does.
got the
Yeah.
same
There's some
thing.
redundancies.
Yeah. So I mean, leave it as high, because the other one is high, so.
And you guys are okay with this language? Nobody has any, so.
Yeah, it's in depth.
Okay, no problem. We're moving on, guys. So we're leaving it and high priority. We're okay with high priority?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I'm not talking to myself.
We'll keep it in mind for next year, so be ready to.
Yeah, I'm a little, I know we want to get through this, but allocate existing resources. Yeah, maybe we can say like, allocate additional resources.
Okay. Okay, so what do you say? MFP should increase resources?
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I shouldn't, because I get
You're
upset with me because.
okay, but you're a representative for NYPD. If you think these requests are
So funds for these programs don't come from the city, they come from the police foundation. And so the city is not going to donate to the police foundation, we donate to the chips and things like that. Those monies come from private funders, from police, fundraisers and things like that.
So are you saying that this request?
So this request is low?
Are we wasting our time submitting this request again today? Because we're gonna get this.
It might be something different, if that's where the funding for those particular programs come from. The only city funding, only money that comes from the city for programming around youth is for the explorers. That is it, the blue chips and all the other stuff.
Because it's every
So can we
That's the way it's done.
take off the explorers since it's a totally different program? This particular thing.
And I think what the explorers is what's funded by NYPD.
Exactly.
Funded by
This
us.
is what,
That's the one.
by NYPD.
Yeah, well, this is a request, so we are requesting that the city does spend money on these things.
And it could happen in the new administration.
Language has to change, because it can't say existing resources, because that's not what's earmarked for that.
Okay.
Those funds.
So we were saying that we changed that language, we would say that NYPD.
Should increase resources toward improving.
Right, so we could just take out that word existing.
We did, we have it right here.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong one.
Yeah, this column right here is along with its priority. So we have NYPD should increase resources toward improving police community relations, and then the same language.
Okay, I looked at the wrong side.
No worries.
Yeah, just thinking out loud, different revenue sources, additional revenue sources to underwrite the cost of this. Because existing speaks to what they're already doing, which they're not gonna have to. But increased resources, sure. They have to identify those additional avenues, funding, revenue streams, if you will, in order to really underwrite the cost of any of these programs. How do we say that in a way that they understand? We know that we're not able to, we haven't done this until now. So we're putting it in your hands to identify different revenue streams to underwrite these programs that could seriously benefit the community.
I think that we are saying the same thing by just saying that we want to increase the resources. It is up to them to find out where the resources come from. So based on that, how do we feel?
So
Yes, Christine?
NYPD should identify and increase.
That's good.
Right? Increase resources. So that, because that asks them to identify new resources and then increase them.
That's a good detail.
Okay,
Yes,
Okay,
this is reasonable, we're good with this?
yes,
Okay, and we're keeping it high priority.
yes.
All right, next. Well, I guess you're good. Yeah. Okay, new request, hire additional staff to address, well,
what happened?
oh yeah, this. New request, hire additional staff to address specific crimes, narcotics related, and increase resources for NYPD narcotics enforcement in high priority corridors, and you'll have these languages here. And you guys,
We added that last month.
yes, and we're comfortable with this?
Are we still comfortable with it, everyone?
Okay, perfect, let's go.
I would find high priority,
New request,
quality of life.
yes. New request, additional FDNY resources and coordination to promptly address serious quality of life and safety concerns related to individuals loitering and nodding out in public spaces due to drug use. You guys are comfortable with this language?
Can you read the whole
Sorry, additional FDNY resources and coordination to promptly address serious quality of life and safety concerns related to individuals loitering and nodding out in public spaces due to drug use, ensuring both timely medical intervention and reduced disruption to residents and businesses. While NYPD has a role to play, our community seeks to reduce the possibility of escalating and criminalizing behavior that is preferably viewed as a health and safety issue. FDNY and EMS are often the first responders when medical emergencies occur, and their presence and intervention discourages use. High priority corridors include 160 between Lex and Madison, 125 between Lex and Madison, 124. You see the other streets here.
The routing out.
Yeah, yeah, I don't like that.
I wouldn't put that term.
Anyway, I'll talk last. Go ahead.
I am retired medic from the fire department of New York. I'm sure we close with the information that they just promoted 125 EMT paramedics in the fire department. So we just brought our statistics down. They're getting rid of 3 ambulances that service this area. Yes. Lennoxville, no, it's not that. That's a different thing. However, Lennoxville is getting rid of 3 ambulances that cover basically the west side. So it's going to put the strain on the east side, you're going to put to the west side. So it has diminished the volume of ambulances, and the call volume is going to go up, and the time is going to go up. So all of that is going to be nice. It's not going to happen because they just got rid of all these people, and they haven't had an influx of people going in. Everybody knows that EMS is the back door to get to the fire department. So that's what they're doing. They're hiring EMTs, then after 2 years, they go straight into fire, and they don't stay. So we're losing all those people, all those services, and it just happened yesterday. So now this is gonna affect that.
So how can we use this information that you just said to?
It's gonna be hard because they're fighting, the union is fighting because there's no parity. So everybody that goes into fire, they go into back door to get into EMS, to get into fire. So they're like, well, if I'm gonna get paid $35 to sit in an ambulance for 12 hours, well, a fireman gets paid $50,000 to sleep. You know, that's what they do, and that's what's happening. If they get parity, then we get paid just as much as a fireman because we do the same job. We do more so because they're in the house and they're out in the street. If they can find out to get more parity, then you might get more people willing to stay in the EMS division.
So in other words, equity of pay for EMS would help retain EMS workers that are our first response
for that
corridor.
Yes, because you have an ambulance that does mental health. They have specific ambulances that just deal with mental health. You have ambulances that do overdoses, and then you have ambulances that do organ recovery.
So I hear all of that. I think what confused me in this language is the beginning of the first sentence. It says, additional FDNY resources and coordination to properly address serious quality of life and safety concerns related to individuals loitering and nodding out in public, right? So are we asking there to be someone stationed somewhere? I'm just confused on what that means.
The general request, provide more firefighters and patrolling EMS workers. That's the general request. So, yeah.
The firefighters only come up with fires. They don't do anything else.
This is the DCP request. So, like when we go into the system to file this,
All of this.
yes,
Those are your questions.
that exactly. It's gonna scroll down. We forwarded a budget request sample or template to let you know, like, okay, if you're gonna request anything from DEP, it has to be requests for sidewalk infrastructure improvements, and then it lets you know, like, this is how you formulate that request, and then provide your explanation. So these are our explanations. This is the actual, like, the request type, right? Request type.
I think I need to.
So we need
I
to
bet
change
I bet
that
there
to
is
provide
no such
more EMS workers.
Right. I'm sorry.
We need to provide more EMS workers.
Right.
So where we're going with.
I mean, if you're gonna put it, because it's Lennox Hill, with Mount Sinai, Northwell, and all these other agencies that are within the 911 system. But if you want FDNY EMS, then you can be specific.
So let's be specific, and so we want more EMS workers.
Right, but it's FDNY EMS. Because if you just say EMS, you're gonna have Northwell.
Okay, so we want more FDNY EMS workers.
So we should
The request goes.
Yes, this is right.
Right, so if we ask for EMS from FDNY.
Yes,
it's
that's
FDNY that we potentially providing EMS.
So we want to be as specific as possible.
So are we scrubbing this language?
We want to provide more, I'm going with the first column, B. Instead of provide firefighters or EMS.
No, that's the request type. That can't be changed.
That can be changed,
When we go-
okay.
Yeah, when we go into the system, we have to select that and then give our.
Okay, yes, we are going to change, but the first sentence there is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Can I just want to interject? The purpose of this was because last week we discussed, last month we discussed like two sort of related issues. One is enforcement of people who are selling drugs, and then somehow addressing the issue of people on drugs, using drugs, just out and about, you know, doing whatever. Some people are like laying out and need medical attention. Other people are just kind of like standing in the street, like doing nothing.
I don't know where it comes from.
Yeah, and we don't want to conflict with sort of the philosophy that the Human Services Committee has. We don't want to criminalize that behavior, so this wouldn't be like an NYPD.
Because this is the EMS workers coming to aid them without.
Yes, and so the purpose of this request.
Right? So we're gonna be realistic, let's be realistic. You have to make the 911 call. The 911 operator has the ability to determine who's ready to send to the scene. Anytime you say anything about drugs, a police officer is automatically gonna come. You cannot stop that. As the EMS worker will come as well. But when we talk about drugs, NYPD is gonna come too. Doesn't mean that they're gonna criminalize the situation. It means that they have to show up to the scene. Because you're making a 911 call. So it's like it's.
However, I'm going to interject here. When you call 911 and there is a person that, to use what you just said, nodding out, you could say it's not an emergency in that form, but I'm specifically requesting an EMS person to come to this situation because this is what's happening, and they will grant that. I've seen that, and I've made that call.
Yeah, I've also seen fire trucks responding to people like that.
Yes, so I understand what you're saying, but if you specifically say this is what's happening, and I request this particular, response.
That's why you get to scratch the rest of the language, because then it doesn't, the rest of it is like, if you're requesting more EMS, right, to respond, then that doesn't matter, because you're saying that we need more EMS because the lack of response, blah, 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 blah. It's like, the rest of it is like,
overkill.
It's overkill. Yeah, thank you for that.
So in other words,
Yeah.
let us respond to the immediate, like what you just said, and put it in that language. Can you
Okay, so
let's devise a language for that?
Derek just added this.
I just took some of what we were saying and tried to shorten it.
So read it.
Increase FDNY and EMS resources to address drug use overdoses, prioritizing these incidents as health emergencies rather than criminal matters. Their rapid response provides medical intervention while discouraging drug use in public spaces, reducing disruption to residents and businesses without escalating to police instruction. And then just copy the high priority.
Yeah, maybe I would just go
I would
with
stop.
yeah, residents and business.
I think that is unnecessary, the latter part.
I agree on the problems.
No, I think we need the specific. I mean, it's complicated because that's not like how it gets addressed, but I think it's important to say like this is where the problem is.
Okay, let's read the whole thing again, because I feel that there were some people that were not comfortable. You don't have to read it there, someone else can read it.
Increase FDNY and EMS resources to address public drug use and overdoses, prioritizing these incidents as health emergencies rather than criminal matters, rapid response to medical intervention while discouraging drug use in public spaces, reducing disruption to residents and businesses, high priority corridors include, etc.
It sounds like we're in agreement, it feels like we're in agreement now.
I think that's
I think it's also high priority.
High priority. Perfect. Okay, and then this new request, we're doing away with it?
I think we have a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, we kind of, oh yeah, and each one has been high priority.
All I need to know. Excellent. All right, so now we're going to rates by agency. So we have an OCJ, that's the only one. So it's only number one.
That's one. You already did the DOT, right?
No, this it's separate because it's an expense, right? So DOT, this is just one as well. This is the only one. NYPD has 1, 2, 3, 3. So, what's number one for you guys with NYPD? Prioritizing youth crime prevention.
Yes.
Yeah. Prevention is one. Second one, NYPD should identify and increase resources, improving police-community relations. Is that number 2 or 3?
What was the other one?
Narcotics.
So make that one 3.
That's 3, and I
Narcotics
think
is
narcotics is 2.
Narcotics is 2? Okay, so
Yeah.
police-community relations is 3. And then narcotics. Is 2. Okay. Now I think this is the only FDNY one. No, we have 2 FDNYs, right?
I think just one.
We put it in half?
Sorry, yeah, you're right, just the one. Perfect. Just one FDNY. Excellent. Oh, we have one for EDC this time. EDC is just the one. FDNY is just the one. Perfect. All right. That's it from me, guys. And you all did your part? Perfect. Are we all in agreement?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Excellent. Here we move on with the agenda.
You have the narrative.
Right. Okay, 1 second. Let me just pull that up.
I would like to add the repairs to the sidewalk infrastructure, especially from, and what we had just added previously with the Rikers houses on, East 124th Street
Yes.
to, First and Second Avenue, in where that blank space is.
this is a PDF, I can't.
Oh,
I give the Word document.
So yeah, just type it in as you.
Yeah, can you repeat that, Michelle?
to add the place that we had the Wagner houses on East 124th Street between First and Second Avenue to that farm there.
Between First.
I can't believe that it didn't come to me.
Yeah, I think after the meeting, we have to restructure this a little bit with the district needs committee, just because the format is going to take it's not like formatted by agency here, it's going to be formatted by like needs related to X, needs related to Y.
Okay.
But I'll do it and I'll make sure it reflects, uses this language essentially and reflects what the committee wants.
How does the committee feel about this? Don't read it? Please.
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
If there's no contention and there's no objection.
All right, so then we will accept it. There might be a few minor changes as Sage said, but nothing that would change the main course of what we have stated throughout the year.
And also,
Yeah.
and then of course the district needs a budget committee. Everybody's welcome to attend that. And let Sage know, right? Chime in if you have any comments and suggestions.
And Sage, when is that due?
The 16th
of October?
Yeah.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
And then we'll also present this to the board and send it to everybody before it's lots of opportunities.
And so this is going to be what all of the different committee meetings, all the different committees narratives will be added into one letter.
Yeah, it's going to be like a
and that's
good
it.
language document.
Right.
Excellent.
Okay. We have some new people that I just wanted to make sure. So this is, it's just not our executive narrative, it's everybody's combined. Okay, so, wow, thank goodness. Let us continue. Old business,
Okay, so I didn't include in this one, but the old business should be the neighborhood loading zone request that Peggy has. Is that at least on the agenda?
It is,
yeah,
yes.
on the agenda.
Alright,
On East 122nd between, East 122nd, 23rd Street and 3rd Avenue.
So the committee had at least first heard this back in June and was supposed to follow on, we met for that in September, but yes, it's for the committee to consider providing a letter of support for the request to change from no parking Tuesday, Friday, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. to truck loading only Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the east side of 3rd Avenue between East 122nd and 123rd Streets.
Isn't that where the bus stop used to be?
Yes. Are they trying to put the bus stop back there?
No, they're trying to push it towards Marine.
Remember we wanted close, we already said that we wanted it close to Marine, as close as
Right,
possible.
right, so 123, 124.
So it's closer now, so it does not be affected by this.
That's true.
Any discussion on this? Therefore,
So after 1 o'clock, you can park there for free?
No, they think they have a.
Well, it is alternate side of the street bar tonight, so
right, so, but yes,
on that side of China Towers, I don't know about that.
but there's no parking meter, you don't have to pay for parking.
No.
That was the question.
That's the question. So after 1 o'clock, you can park there.
Yes.
And there's no alternate side of street parking.
There is currently alternate side of the street parking Tuesday, Friday from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. We are requesting a modification of that particular regulation to loading zone. We have six or seven, I think it's 6 at this time. 6 open operationally, small businesses that are all located on the street fronts of Taino Towers. on both 122nd Street and 123rd Street and Third Avenue. And what happens is that even when it's not affecting the businesses, it's also affecting the residents and the actual maintenance crew of the towers, because they have to double park on the side streets, which are far more narrow, creating a backlog of traffic if they're on 122nd or on 123rd. Then you have the parking lot traffic, because they come out and go in on 122nd. And at least if they have a loading zone on Third Avenue, and it's for designated hours only, whatever deliveries have to come in, whether it's furniture for a resident, equipment for the maintenance crew, or anything that's coming into any of those storefronts, it'll have to happen between those hours, and they'll be responsible for making sure that it comes in those hours. Eliminating the possibility of the double parking, triple parking, and dangerous situations for pedestrians, both coming from the west and moving from the east.
And the idling.
And the idling, which is outrageous there.
I'm just concerned about TSA 5 taking off that parking spot from the corner of 123rd and 3rd, halfway, that's supposed to be for all the doctors that work at Bonique, and they're still parking, and they're still using it. That's why you have on the south side of 123rd, they're all on top of the sidewalk. They're all backed up, park on top of the sidewalk. So if this is gonna be from 7 AM to 1, I'm sure somebody's gonna come in like, and park right there.
Well, much in the same way they would at 9:30, you know, because that's the time when they can park there.
Yeah.
But now they'd be obligated to actually move their vehicles, because not everyone moves between 8 and 9:30 either. They sit in their vehicles and claim that it's idle, and it's not moving or doesn't turn on, and so as long as they're sitting in the car, they don't get a ticket.
Right. So,
And that's not fair. So in this particular case, they have the obligation to move or be towed, because it is a loading zone.
it would, then it's a loading zone.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
So what's on the table is to make it a loading zone for a certain period of time to prevent congestion and to stop idling. Okay. Are we in agreement with this?
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Go ahead.
So this was talked about
In June.
in June, and it was because we wanted a month to think about it. That's why we're doing it now. Like we could have done it last time. I just want to understand timing wise.
Yes,
Why
we
we're
would
doing
have
it.
done it last month, but I did not.
I just want to understand why we're talking about it. So it was just, we were waiting to.
It was a delay that was an unnecessary delay due to.
That's fine. I just want to make sure I understand the sequence. Thank you.
You're welcome. So do we do not have any further discussion, further questions?
No questions online.
I will entertain a motion.
I motion to proceed with the transfer of the signage from no parking to truck loading on Mondays and Fridays from 7 AM to 1 PM.
Or motion to, request the change, or would we be requesting
All you would do is make
a letter or a resolution?
A letter.
Yes.
This,
I just motion.
she already motioned, what is needed is a second.
I'll second it.
But I just wanna make sure that the motion is something that, like, is the correct motion. So what exactly is being requested for us to request a change?
Hold on, one second. Don't worry about it.
I motion to request a change from the no parking Tuesday, Friday from 8 AM to 9:30 to the truck loading only from Monday to Friday, 7 AM to 1 PM.
Okay, and is that?
Yes, Leslie
And
Colon,
it's being tight now.
yes, Leslie Colon made a motion to initiate the neighborhood loading zone request on the east side of Third Avenue between East 122nd and 123rd Streets from no parking Tuesday, Friday, 8 AM, 9:30 AM to truck loading only Monday through Friday, 7 AM to 1 PM.
I think that is as clear as that can be.
Yes. And she
Second,
said,
and Christine Johnson has seconded.
Right? We're doing a roll call vote, or
Oh, we could just do a,
voice vote? It's a roll call vote, or how would you like, roll call vote?
roll call is fine.
Okay, all right, 1 second. Leslie,
Yes.
Carlos,
Yes.
Yes.
Jewel Jones.
Yes.
Thank you. Sage.
Yes.
Valerie. Valerie.
Circle back.
Yeah, we'll circle back. Derek.
Yes.
Michelle will try to comment.
Yes.
Valerie, one more chance before we launch this out. All right, so the motion passed with one vote not counted.
Okay, so let's move forward with this big funding request from the family for Gerald Smith Way.
Yes, Kiara Simmons is here with us. The committee has had access to the documents for Gerard Smith. So it's up to you guys to consider whether you want to provide a letter of support to submit to, I don't know which council number right now. So 26 Street, so yeah, that might be, it depends on like which side. If it's close to, I think if it's left, west of Park, it might be Salam. If it's on the east side, it might be Ayala. So
I think it is so long. And
sorry, let me just double check really quick, okay? So we're, I do believe. Oh, sorry, Lexington. Intersection of 126 and Lexington, so it might be Ayala's. Let's just check on that real quick.
I'm going to need to leave, but I want to thank the committee for their time and consideration. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So just stand by for after our full board meeting, for us to ratify.
Well, I'll be present if there's. Okay, great.
Yeah, so, it's 126 and, oh, Lexington is it's an intersection, so, both, and they didn't specify which last one, like, were trying to,
They did communicate the corner.
okay, okay, perfect. Kiara, you're here, can you specify the specific?
Yeah, yes, I'm here. Good evening, everyone. I'm here.
Okay, Kiara, so we're trying to determine, you asked for the intersection of 126th Street and Lexington to Gerard Smith Way, but can you tell us which direction, like going east or west?
It will be going west.
West, so then now be Salam's office. Okay, perfect, thank you so much.
No problem, thank you.
That's Jim's spot, so.
okay. So we, on the west side, we asked for more signatures, correct?
No, that's, they submitted everything.
Oh, that was a different.
That's a different.
Okay, sorry. Say, do you have a question?
I would just make a motion to support the request.
We're still in discussion.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Okay, we're still in discussion. I just wanted to add that we asked them for videos because when they came and
That's all here, by the way.
they added the video
Right.
and it showed that the amount of sneakers and him going and actually putting the sneakers onto people's feet. It wasn't just like, oh, I got sneakers, here we go. It was really going out into the community and helping people individually. And I thought that showed a better description of how he went and helped. Do we have any further discussion? Go ahead, Sage and Carlos.
Motion to support, writing a letter. I move to write a letter to Councilman Salon to support the street donating request. Of Wilson in Lexington. Is it the
Southwest corner, yes. Sage Mason made a
To
motion
be
to
named
provide.
Gerard Way.
Yes, Sage Mason made a motion to provide a letter of support for the street co-naming Gerard Smith Way on the southwest corner of East 126th Street between Lexington and Park Avenues.
And Carlos,
And the motion was seconded by Carlos Diaz.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All
Any opposed?
Nothing.
You
any
can,
abstain?
Hi, everyone. I can't. It's kind of staticky, so I'm not sure what I'm listening to at the moment. I'm so sorry.
sorry, Kiara, we're taking a vote right now, sorry.
Oh, okay.
One
I'm
second,
sorry.
okay?
Okay.
No problem. Jewel, yes?
Joe Jones?
It's in the chat. Abstain.
Okay, thank you.
So we have two
So we have
abstentions.
2 abstentions. And rest in favor?
Seems that way, nobody else.
So therefore, the motion.
Okay, so the motion passes with 2 abstentions. Johnson and Jones. Alrighty.
So,
Sorry, not for the
Kiara. I'm not even, Kiara.
Yes.
So, congratulations. The co-naming, we will give a letter of support to the co-naming of Gerard Smith Way.
Thank
Depending
you
on
so
that.
much, everyone. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it.
Wait,
Thank
Kiara,
Yes.
Kiara, 1 second.
This is contingent, we as a committee agree, but however, the full board needs to make a ratification on this particular topic, so one hurdle is done, but the next one will be a full board, which is happening on the 21st of October, so I would like to request that you come to that meeting as well, okay?
Okay, I will. Me and my mom.
The committee have said yes.
And then pending that, Kiara, we still have to submit that recommendation to the council member's office, and they have to make their determinations as well when they are making votes for street co-namings, okay? But
Okay, thank you.
Thank
you for clarifying.
No problem.
I just wanted to make sure you have, exactly what's ahead, okay?
Okay, yes, thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you from his mom, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
You're welcome. Blessings.
Okay, so moving on real quick, unless you have any other old business?
I just have something really quickly to show everybody. We have a place for, as in the Silverman building, the School of Social Work, Hunter College at 2180 3rd Avenue. We have been able to get a place to actually have the conference. And I am open to different agencies, different stakeholders that would like to be a part of the conversation. So please contact me. I know I called, but contact me. I'm open to phone calls. I want this to be as grounding as possible in networking with all the people that we have with different agencies to our precincts and FBI. And then. This is for
November 15th.
November the 15th, which is a Saturday. I don't know if I want everyone, but.
So, yeah,
Yes.
That's okay. Thank you.
What is a appropriate time for questions? Because I have questions and I don't know when regarding just the stuff.
Oh, well, I mean, you're going to need to ask the chair for it to be acknowledged.
Which is now.
So before Kirby, you get into that real quick, someone is going to submit their act, are going to attend next month. but they would like to submit a request for a no parking school zone request for Kennedy Children's Center at 333 East 115th Street. They're requesting a change from a truck loading only zone, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday, to the no parking school zone. So they're gonna come next month. So if you guys have this in your minds, and we're gonna have a discussion with them. And that's it.
Okay. So you can actually go to the school if you want to and just check it out. What do you do?
What are the cross streets on the 333? Is it school there?
First, second, yeah.
Oh, first and second, I'm thinking Pleasant first, okay.
So I think we should, go there in person, check it out.
No, that's what I was asking, yeah, because I know there's a supermarket there. That's why there's a truck road.
I think they're in the LSA building. I think they're in the LSA building.
What is the LSA building?
The LSA building is the Little System of Assumption, the renovated building on 115th Street, they're in that building.
That's closer to first, right?
Yeah, between first and second.
Yeah, because then the supermarket is towards second.
I think we should go and take a look at it ourselves. We have a month before we need to make a decision. Okay?
We don't have to make a decision next month. They're gonna come next
Oh,
month.
they're gonna come next month, okay.
Yeah, to present the request, and then, you take the month after to make it out.
Okay.
Or if you want to provide it, that support right there and then, that's up to you all.
So, let's just do some research. We can. Okay? All right. Moving forward, you have some questions, Kim? This is business.
So just a question about how we vote for like street namings. Do we get a chance to discuss, like, when is that opportunity to discuss what about the person and why we might abstain or what, what our thoughts are? I don't feel like we ever had the opportunity to have a conversation about, and I'm not, I don't want to say this person out as if I'm speaking just about this individual, but just in general, which means that anyone can just come and be like, yeah, I'm gonna name the street after Bugs Bunny. What, as a committee, what conversations do we ever get a chance to have about, what determines?
Shouldn't we figure out what's the criteria first?
Yeah, I agree.
So we have our guidelines
That's it,
are on our website. You guys can always access that, access the guidelines, and then look at the criteria. And then for Kyoko's question, between the time that a request is presented before us and the following meeting, we're deciding our position. So Kiara came to us last month, so you guys had access to the Drive document to look over the information that they submitted, and you think it over the month. You could email each other, and then at the subsequent meeting, you come forward and say I think that maybe this is an insignificant request, or I think that it is significant, and during your that's where Michelle had opened it up for discussion.
And that's why I slowed it down, so wait, before this motion, we need to discuss it. I brought up the video that I had requested, and then they did provide. However, there were crickets for the discussion, so I went to the motion.
I didn't know what that meant, so I didn't know that was input time to say, hey, this is what I feel I'm doing, so I wouldn't know that the discussion meant, this is the reason why I'm abstaining, and, blah, 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 blah. I thought discussion meant something different, I don't know.
You also don't have to give the reason for why.
No, I know, that's not, I'm just saying, like, as a committee, are we discussing, I didn't know that was the issue.
Yes.
Okay, so that is the time, and that's why I slowed things down, saying I will make it clear, saying, okay, this is the time to discuss how we feel about the co-naming of the street, and I'll slow it down.
And just to be also fair for you guys to be careful in terms of how you review co-namings to be a lot more consistent. We've had that individual previously, Samuel Moore, who was dissatisfied with this committee's review of his co-naming request. And and he is not incorrect in terms of how we went about that. So I would be very careful moving forward in terms of reviewing these documents that they submit thoroughly, and standing your ground in terms of we support it or we don't support it. So just an FYI to prevent what we've experienced for months long, essentially, with a constituent dissatisfied with how this committee has reviewed his street co-naming application. So,
however, the information was different. We did not specify, oh, we saw this in the meeting, we saw that. We reviewed it, but reviewed it offline. So let's say.
Yeah, I just want to say the reason I was kind of in favor of speeding up that process a little bit is because of the issues that occurred with Samuel Moore.
Yes.
And I think street co-namings in general, especially for this committee, are a little awkward because usually they are after somebody who is deceased, and often the person that comes before us is somebody who is like a loved one of that person. And I feel it's a little inappropriate for this committee to impeach people who come, and especially if it's something like their mother or sibling crying to us. It's just so I'm in favor of that going up to the city council person usually.
But that's also an issue, because sometimes the city council can send it right back to go back to the review board. So
Which they have done in another case right now.
Even if you guys decide to not support a street co-naming, because that's within your right, I think we should definitely specify why we support or don't support. Because when we did no support for Samuel Moore's application, it just said no support, and we had to go back and clarify.
We clarified
right
many times why we did not support.
Right, and especially in our minutes language to make that clear, so we can have a strong position on we don't support this application because we believe that the impact of this individual or organization or entity does not meet our standards for significance, whatever, so forth like that. So that's just, I would just be careful in terms of being straightforward and make a position, yes or no, and leave it at that. Okay, that's just my recommendation.
Yes, and
so,
we did so at this point. Okay. All right.
That I don't know. What I do know is that streets can have multiple co-namings on one of them, but I don't know about the sunset of the street co-namings. I haven't looked into that yet. I don't know what the time.
No, there's no time limit, but if I said I want to, for instance, forgive me for Jim Ratty, right quick, but that's Jim's lot, right? And so if something happened to Jim, and he is a community member who is known, he does everything in the community, then it's like we don't have the opportunity to name the street after him, after someone's requested it.
No, so streets can have multiple co-namings on them. So you'll see, like say for example, Park Avenue between 117th and 118th, it could be after, God forbid, weekend. Could be Nixon, and then Sage, God forbid, he passes. Someone else can apply for a street co-naming in the same acre. So street co-namings can occur on, multiple street co-namings can exist on one block. But if anything, like I said, the last entity to review that is the council member's office. So they can ultimately determine that, can it put it somewhere else or any other suggested locations, because we've gotten requests like that, at least in my career, I've gotten requests like that before. And the applicant suggests another location because there's one that's already here, it's a notable person, that kind of thing. But yeah, there is nothing that precludes multiple street co-naming installations on a city block.
We just did one for F-110 Tito Puente Way. That just Perkins, right?
Bill Perkins?
I got the exact spot, but close to that.
Close to that, yeah. Even on the avenues itself, it depends. You have just one segment. Some ask for multiple segments. Some just ask for an intersection. So.
Okay, so I think this kind of discussion can go on further offline. I would like to adjourn the meeting. Second. You don't need a second.
If there's nobody objecting to being adjourned? None, okay. All right. Leslie Colon? Present. Carlos Diaz?
Present.
Thank you, Carlos. Keiko Jackson? Christina Johnson?
Present.
Jewel Jones?
Present.
Thank you, Sage Mason?
Present.
Valerie Ponte?
Present.
Thank you, Valerie. Derek Sampone? Present. Michelle Locharco?
Present. Where did these beautiful parents come from?
Me.
Yes, you're still on.
Yeah, we had pantry, right? And I still have 3 cases of pears and 6 cases of oranges. I could have brought a whole case. I'm gonna